Let's get ready to rock your 30-minute strength and power dumbbell muscle building circuit. All you need is a set of dumbbells and a little bit of open space. If you don't have dumbbells, feel free to use body weight as well as soup cans or even water bottles. The goal for this workout is to not only build strength, the ability of our muscles to pull hard, but power, the ability of our muscles to pull hard quickly, which is something that's vitally important. We lose as we get older and helps catch us from a fall. So I have 6 exercises for you, each 50 seconds on, where we do half of the repetitions starting in power, and then the second half of the repetitions, nice, slow, and controlled for that strength. Make sure you pause here to get your warm-up in. Otherwise, listen to that tone, and I have a 30-second introduction to our first exercise. We start this with a total body core movement called a lateral lunge to an up chop. So we step out to the side for a lateral lunge, stacking those toes, knees, and hips, and then we quickly change directions, push through that foot, and bring that dumbbell carefully up overhead. So down, quick catch. We're gonna do half of those repetitions on one leg, half on the other leg. All right, so I'm gonna give you some instruction. We're gonna alternate side to side. We go out to the side, bring that knee straight forward in line with those toes, push through the floor, and that push from that leg brings that dumbbell up overhead, as well as our shoulder muscles. It requires a quick squeeze on our bum to catch and balance. One more in this opposite direction. We're halfway there. We're gonna switch to nice, slow, and controlled. So down, up, and across. If balance is hard for you, please give a kickstand a try. Most of our weight is on one leg. The other toes are lightly tapping the floor. This helps us improve our balance over time, and we can even try things like a kickstand and then up and across. 20-second breather. Then you're gonna come with me for a lunge supported single arm row. So one dumbbell still. We're gonna step the same leg back as the hand that's holding that dumbbell. We stay on those toes, we support on that front leg, and then it's just a row pulling towards our hip. You ready? Come with me. So it's a quick pull towards that hip, nice, slow, controlled release back down, quick pull back up. No rotation in that core. Notice nothing is really moving except my arm. I don't want you arching the back, and I don't want you rotating. All right? Nice, slow, and controlled on that down. Quick change in direction. And now we switch from that power to that strength. Nice, slow, controlled 2 count up. Nice, slow, controlled 2 count back down. I want you to notice that I'm on all 5 toes. My hips are nice and square. As I pull towards my hip, my shoulder stays nice and relaxed. I'm not pulling too high and having my shoulder kind of crunch up towards my ears. All right, take a break. You're actually gonna feel that in that front leg as well as in the back on that shoulder, that whole arm. Same exercise, opposite side. Come with me in 7 seconds. So get yourself set up, support on that front leg, chest proud and tall. Gentle pulling on that belly button. You're gonna hear me cue that a lot because it supports our spine where there are no ribs and in a place where we get a lot of low back pain. Remember, slow control down, quick change in direction, and you can exhale on that pull. One more quick, and now we switch to that slow and controlled. Now this is the only exercise that we're doing on each side separately. So make sure we do the same number of repetitions on both arms. We want to try to maintain things being equal. Notice that's why I switched side to side in that lateral lunge with that up chop. 5 seconds. If you finish the repetitions before, from the other side, then go ahead and take a breather. Now we're going to legs, which is a simple squat. Think of this as sitting in a chair. Our feet are hip width apart, that second toe forward in line with the knees and our bony hips. And then we sit those hips down and back in a chair, big push up and squeeze on those glutes. From the side, My knees pull forward in line with my toes. That means that they may actually go over my toes. It's more important that they line up with my toes. When I go to stand up, I squeeze my bum. So meaning I don't want my knees to go in, especially when I change direction. So you might notice as soon as you push hard, those knees go in. But now we're switching to that slow, controlled motion. One thing to note is my head position. I'm looking about 8 feet in front, and then as I go down, my head stays neutral, and I'm looking about 4 feet in front. What I'm not doing is looking at the same spot, keeping my head up. This allows my back to stay neutral. It takes a lot of pressure off my upper back and neck as well. We've completed legs. We're going to a declined chest press. So dumbbells up on those thighs. We lie back. Bring the arms out to the side as long as you have no shoulder pain, palms facing the legs. Our hips go up, and we do a chest press from here. So a big, powerful push up towards the ceiling. Nice, slow, controlled back down. Exhale and push. It's a quick change in direction. My glutes are tight. My belly button is gently pulled in. When I bring those dumbbells down, I'm in line with the middle of my chest, with my wrist stacked over those elbows. I'm not straight out to the side. Now we're switching back to that strength. So slow, controlled down, slow, controlled back up. Exhale and push. Nice tight glutes. We're not arching that back, so don't want that back too high. And we stop that by gently pulling in that belly button. 5 seconds to the finish. Beautiful work. Put those dumbbells to the side. We finish with a recovery movement. And I'm actually using 2-foot hops. So in 10 seconds, we're going to go into a light squat. It's about a quarter squat, feet hip width apart. And we're going to step, hop, or jump forward, but we're going to land heel toe, keeping those knees in line with those toes. So we roll heel toe, catch heel toe very quietly. The goal of this exercise is to teach our glutes as well as our hips, the glute medius, the side of our hips, to engage and catch our knee position. All right? So things to pay attention to is as we go to make that jump, are our knees going in when we go down? All right, so that would look like this. Or are they going in when we land? And that would look like that. All right, we want them to stay in line. It teaches those muscles to engage and catch quickly. So start off slowly, build up with distance, and always landing quietly, heel toe. Are you ready? We're back to the top. We have that lateral lunge to an up chop coming at you in 6 seconds. Alternating sides, keeping it even. Are you ready to rock? Yes. Out to the side. Quick catch up and across. This quick catch is another way to help those glutes, those hips, catch our body and catch good knee alignment. This helps protect us from things like ACL, MCL tears, even ankle rolls. Go ahead and switch to that nice, slow, and controlled. Remember, you can use that tap down at any point. And as we go up and across, we want to keep those shoulders down and back. Chin tucked, crown of our head extended. Nice, slow, and controlled. Big squeeze on the glutes. One more each side for me to keep it even. We're aiming for 8 to 12 repetitions. So that means 4 in that power, 4 in that strength, or 5 and 5, 6 and 6. All right, lunge supported single arm row. I start with my right hand, which means my right foot is back. Supported on that front leg, chest tall. Nice quick pull, slow controlled release back down. Exhale and pull. Now remember, we're keeping count because we have to do the same thing on each side. The most common mistakes I see are that quick shrug up and pulling too high close to our chest rather than our hip. That's our last power. Switch it over to that strength. I'm feeling this work along the outside of my armpit, my shoulder, the back of my shoulder, the back of my arm, as well as my bicep. And of course, that front glute. Ooh, baby. My head, again, pulled back. I'm looking about 3 feet in front of me. I don't want to be looking straight up. That's going to mean that we work this upper trap muscle that tends to get really tight. Shake out those arms. Take a deep breath. You got 10 seconds before we hit that other side. Are you ready? Bend those knees to pick up those weights. Make sure all 5 toes are pushing into the floor. We're hip width apart. Most common mistakes I see there are the heel is in. What you would feel is a lot less pressure on that big toe or that second toe. So you want to kind of feel like the pressure is even amongst all 5 of those toes. You should also be able to squeeze the bum. It's a lot harder to squeeze the glutes if we're rotating out. Last one, that was quick. Now we're into those slow, controlled strength. It's actually really hard to build power. It's something that we lose, the ability of our muscles to twitch quickly, all right, and push us, propel us forward. So we lose strength, but we also lose the ability for our muscles to fire fast. You hear this a lot with people when they say that they are losing a step, right? It's because they're physically losing power. Their muscles are losing that ability. And what this translates to is loss of that ability to move our feet quickly to catch ourselves from a fall. 3 seconds, we've got to squat. Feet hip width apart, sitting those hips down and back. Big push up and squeeze. One thing you can do to make these a little bit harder is put those dumbbells up on those shoulders. You're gonna really feel this work the core. It loads the spine and the hips, which helps prevent things like osteoporosis. So as long as we're not getting any low back pain, if the shoulders start to get tired, go ahead and bring them down to your side. We are going back to that slow, controlled strength movement, remembering that head position and only going deep enough that we can keep a neutral spine. So we don't want to go down and collapse or have those hips tuck under. All right, so be conscientious of those things because they're very, very hard on the spine. Last heavy hitter, last big muscle group, the decline chest press. Now I always recommend starting with those dumbbells on the thighs, lying back, we bend those knees, it loads everything right up for us. All right, half quick here. Nice, slow, control down. We tap those elbows. Exhale, quick push. Up and away from that body. Feeling that chest engage. The front of the shoulders and again, the back of those arms. Go ahead and switch to that strength. Slow control down. Exhale and push up. What makes this style of workout different from others is they build strength, deep strength, with really heavy weights and very low repetitions. We're talking like 1 to 5 repetitions. So we can continue to build muscle and strength, but we're building power in that first portion, which is something a lot of strength training programs leave out and we miss. We're going to those 2-foot hops in 8 seconds. Don't forget to hydrate. Are you ready? So if we're not jumping, one thing we can do here is stepping and landing heel toe. Just make sure you alternate sides. Really focusing on that good alignment, right? That nice quiet landing. And we're making sure that we're really flexing those feet, especially if we're hopping and landing heel toe. That foot flexion is really important. If you feel like your knees are rolling in, it can either be coming from those hips or could even coming from those feet. So if you're not a member of Kinetic Balance Fitness, please reach out, because in order to fix that alignment and prevent injury and pain, we need to make sure that you're in proper position to get the most out of these workouts. And we do that with a personalized warm-up. Lateral lunge with that up chop. Last round, guys. Are you ready to rock it? Yes, we are. Stepping out to the side, bringing that knee in line with those toes, doing the best we can to catch and balance. And you'll notice I'm not perfect here either. Whoopsie, look. All right, re-catch here. Last one to this side. There it is. And we switch to that slow, controlled up and across. Don't forget to use that kickstand as needed. If we're having any kind of current pain like plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis, you can skip balancing for right now and simply go to a 2-foot stance. But again, we want to build up to that balance. Beautiful work. Not coming back to that shoulder movement. Instead, we're moving to that lunge supported row. Last round. I'm going to switch up the arm that I'm starting with. I'm going left arm first, guys. Getting myself ready, stepping that same leg back. Supported on that front leg, chest tall. Nice pull and squeeze. Slow, controlled release back down. Quick change in direction. If power is new to you, most of these are pretty stable positions to help keep us safe and strong. But if it's new, start off light. Go ahead and switch to that strength and slowly work your way up. This is a very different style of workout. Those strength exercises feel more fatiguing after doing them in power, but really a lot to gain here from this format. 7 seconds. Are we embracing the burn? Oh, I even feel it down into my forearm. Put the weight down. Shake out that front leg. Shake out that arm. Really feeling it a bit of everywhere, guys. Are you ready? We're switching sides, and then we're not coming back to back. All right? We move on to those legs for that last round. Here we go. Nice quick pull. Slow release down. Fast change in direction. Reminder, we don't rotate through that core. We want to stay strong and long through the crown of that head. The shoulder is nice and relaxed, and we only pull until that arm stops. We don't want to pull and have that shoulder rotate. Last power, switch it over to strength. And remember, we're keeping it even between the two sides. We're keeping count of the number of repetitions we're doing. 14 seconds to clue you in on how many left you have to complete, so you can either speed it up or slow it down. The slower you go, the more you're going to feel it. So embrace that burn. Final round of squats, either on the shoulders or at the sides. Most important, pain-free. No pinching, pulling through the knees or through that back or shoulder. Get the dumbbells up to those shoulders if you want to go for it. Feet hip width apart, sit down. Quick, fat, powerful push-up. Driving those hips forward rather than straightening those legs first. That's how we really engage those glutes. Last powerful push. And then nice, slow, and controlled. Gentle pulling on that belly button throughout. Watching that head position and that knee position. Beautiful work, guys. On that home stretch, aiming for those 8 to 12 repetitions so we get the best of all worlds here. Strength, power, and muscle building. A lot to be gained in this workout, in this format. Deep breath, dumbbells on those thighs. We're hitting that decline chest press. Here we go. Toes, knees, hips, straight line. Glutes tight, belly button in. Powerful change in directions. Tap, Exhale and push. We think about our goals. We think about why we work out, why we challenge ourselves, why we want that deep health. Last one quick. And then we go to that nice, slow and controlled, tapping it down, big push up and squeeze. On that home stretch for the workout, I know the muscles are talking from the glutes to the core, to the upper body. 6 seconds to the finish. Wrists stacked over elbows, in line with the middle of our chest. There you have it. Heavy exercises done. 2-foot hops for the finish. Again, teaching those hips and legs to engage quickly and also catch us from that fall, from that quick movement if we were to trip, right? Falls and broken bones are one of the leading causes for loss of independence, and that is correlated with loss of power. So if we can hop and we can slow ourselves down, teach our muscles to engage quickly, then we are able to catch ourselves from that trip quickly and with control. And this even works if we're stepping quickly, stabilizing heel toe, right? Beautiful work. You made it to the finish. Now all we have left is a cool down and stretch. Get a quick drink. That targeted cool down and stretch focuses on muscles that have the propensity to get tight. We're going to start with our calves, a little bit different today. You can face a wall for this one, feet hip width apart. We step 1 foot straight ahead. If we have a wall in front, you can put those hands into the wall. That leg steps out to the side, 6 inches to a foot. We pivot that back foot, pinky toe forward, and then we lean into that front leg, push the heel towards the ground or push into that wall. This is a great calf stretch. You're gonna feel it stretch through the outside back of the calf, potentially down into the ankle. It's important that our whole foot is supported, so we're not just stretching the muscle here, but actually stretching down into the connective tissue of our heel and foot, that plantar fascia, if you will. So if you're somebody that has Achilles tendonitis or plantar fasciitis, this is a great stretch to calm those muscles down. Go ahead and switch sides. So stepping forward and then out to the side, pivoting that back foot, pushing into that wall or into that leg and just driving that heel into the floor. But if you do have plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis, it's a great way to take some of that pressure off of that Achilles tendon, stretching those muscles, relaxing that plantar fascia. It's a great way to really get a good deep stretch rather than just hanging your heels off of a step. We're going to come down and we're going to stretch those hips and thighs down to the floor. Go ahead and grab a pillow blanket or pad under that bottom knee. Back foot is flexed. All we got to do is squeeze the bum. Tuck those hips under. You'll feel a stretch right through the front of that hip, down into that thigh. If you feel a bigger stretch, you can reach up towards the ceiling. You can even add a small lean and even open up that chest just a little bit. Only if you feel an increase in stretch on that hip or thigh. This is a great stretch if you're somebody that tends to get hip tightness or knee pain, either above or below that kneecap. Go ahead and switch sides. I'm always holding these for about 30 to 45 seconds just because we don't have a lot of time. But if those muscles are talking to you, please pause here, hold it a little bit longer, or go ahead and do these late at night or like before bed while you're relaxing in the evening watching TV, because these muscles, they're telling you it's time to listen. And if we don't listen, nobody will. And these not listening to that tightness is a great way that leads into pain, patterns, dysfunction, and ultimately injury. Toes together, knees wide. We reach those hands away. Roll the shoulders down and back as we exhale. Push that chest through the floor. Keeping the shoulders away from those ears so we feel that stretch through the outside of those armpits. Feel free to use a raised surface for this if you do not have the mobility through those knees. You can even do it standing if kneeling is sore for you, rounding that low back, getting that nice deep stretch. Oh boy, feels really good today. 14 seconds. Big finish, big deep breath in. Expand the belly, expand the lungs. Exhale. Beautiful work. Not only did you take steps towards deeper health today and building muscle, but we built a foundation for power, for strength, for longevity to help us gain long independence, help preventing injury, help preventing falls, these things that take away from our quality of life. And that's what this journey is all about. Enjoying the here and now, feeling great, feeling empowered, and knowing that we can do what we can to control our futures and our longevity and our health. And you are taking that time for you today, which I am so proud of you. So please give yourself a clap on the back with that nice sweaty arm. Please, your feedback is always important to me. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what I could be doing better, what you'd like to see more of. And please, if you're not a member, please reach out to me so that I can help you find deep health, feel your best, and keep up the great work.